Hello, my name is Shanu Srivastava. I'm a real estate agent and real estate investor. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about how we are adjusting to buying and selling homes and real estate in today's world, simply because things have changed a little bit. And actually, I think some of the changes that we're going to experience are for the better. So, for example, with buyers and sellers, because we handle them both differently now, we can do things a little bit differently. First, let's talk about buyers. So buyers previously might want to go to, let's just say 15, 20 homes in a weekend, maybe more, sometimes less, and they will walk through homes that they feel may not even be to their liking. These days, a lot of the listing agents, maybe not all of them, but a lot of them, are creating virtual tours where we can walk through the house. You can use the stats of the house, you can use the floor plans, the layouts to determine whether you really want to go to this property or not. In some cases, you can simply drive by the property as a buyer and realize that the area is not exactly what you wanted. Maybe it's tucked a little too far away from, civilization. Maybe it's too close to civilization. Who knows? It could be anything, but driving by the property is definitely a great place to start, whereas previously that might not have been something a buyer would have done. But nowadays, they just want to be more efficient with their search, which is better for them, better for us, and it's better for the sellers as well. We are also getting a little bit more doing a little bit more research ahead of time. So a lot of times we do the virtual tour, we see exactly what it is we like, and then we do a little bit more research and figure out, okay, so this property, for example, may not have the schools that I wanted, so let's just not go there, because if we go and I love the house and it doesn't have the school, then what's the point? Because the school is a make or break for me. So whereas before you might have gone to it, done your research after seeing the property, now you'll do your research before going to see the property. That being said, everything checks out, you go ahead and go to the property. Electronic signatures are a great way to do business these days as well. You don't need all that physical paper. Obviously, we're saving trees, which is great. But at the same time, you don't necessarily have to take the time to go down to the real estate agent's office if that's not something you really want to do. And in fact, right now, it's not something we would advise to do. So you'd simply get it done electronically. It's easier to save that to your computer or to the cloud and then proceed forward with your purchase. As well as a buyer, you're usually going to get a home inspection. The home inspection is not something you need to attend now anyway. A lot of buyers, the home inspection can take anywhere from 2 to 4 hours or whatever, depending on the property and the home inspector. Without the homeowner, it's one of those things I used to recommend, and I still like the idea sometimes of getting oriented with a house. But in many cases, the buyer doesn't have that attention span to want to sit there or walk around the house with the home inspector and go through every piece of the house with a fine-tooth comb. What ends up typically happening is the buyer will sit and wait, and the home inspector will come back to the buyer and say, hey, FYI, this, and this is not working. Let's go take a look. And then the whole thing ends up being not as efficient time-wise. However, because of the situation these days, the home inspector will go look at the house, find whatever may or may not be wrong with it. If the buyer at that point decides that they want to go back and take a look, they can do that before asking for any sort of concessions or whatever the case may be. For example, if the hot water heater turns out it's not working, the buyer may want to ask for a replacement or a credit to replace it once they close on the property. Either way, whatever the case of whatever that deficiency may be or that latent defect, the buyer can then go back and look at it at a later point without the home inspector there. Home inspector, if you have a good one, typically will take great photographs, will outline the issue very clearly and precisely, and then you can act accordingly. The closing itself now has become a drive-by situation where agents will come to your location, or they're working on this to be electronic. Some places, depending on where you may be, already may allow electronic signatures on the loan documents. However, at the moment, most places require an actual signature from the seller, for example, on the deed. So it really depends, and you'd have to check on your jurisdiction and find out exactly what is required, and just adhere to that. But again, title companies are accommodating. They will help to make sure that everything takes place as smoothly and safely and efficiently as possible. On the seller side, we are doing listing consults via webcam. A lot of times Zoom or these type of things can do it. Google Hangouts, depends whatever the seller may have. And then you go through and you do your presentation, and you can actually share your screen from your computer. So a lot of times if you need to see other sales or things like that, then you can do that. Maybe examples of your professional photographs. These are things you can share with the seller a little bit more easily via your computer and sharing your screen on a Zoom conference call. And then after that, also doing virtual tours of other properties that may currently be listed. Sometimes you need to show an example of what else is on the market in order to paint the right picture for the seller and give them a better idea, or really a more accurate idea, of what their house is worth, why their house is different from another house that's in the neighborhood, or what they may be able to fix in their current house in order to make it more marketable. Simply because all the other properties might have it, and say, okay, well, if all the other properties have it and you don't have it, that might be a problem, especially if they're for sale currently. Again, everything can be done electronically. The signatures, everything can be done electronically, and you can really create a more comprehensive picture, which is great. So basically, everything from beginning to end can be done virtually and electronically, with a few minor exceptions here and there. Like I said, the signing of the deed as an example. If you're looking for something to make things more safe, a deep professional clean is a great way to go. If there's anything that is there, remnant, whatever, a deep professional clean will come in, take care of it, and it's great to have anyway. A lot of times you may not have noticed this stain that was lingering on the carpet or something like that, where the deep professional clean will take care of all of that, which is really nice. It also helps sparkle the house or the place, so that buyers come in and they can really, enjoy their experience, knowing that everything is clean. Everyone is wearing masks and gloves, and we put out hand sanitizer as well as hand sanitizing wipes for people to use. They can go through, we open the doors so that people don't have to touch as much as they normally would have to. And we make the experience a lot more safe and enjoyable and clear as far as being able to view the entire property. Even the earnest money deposit can be collected via phone, and you don't need to collect a physical check any longer. It can be all done electronically, which is also great. For all of this, the whole point of everything is to make it much easier and safer for everybody, and that's what we're here to do. And we've managed to work together with the whole network of agents that we have available to us and figure out how to make everything as efficient as possible, and that's why we're here. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, and you're not sure about something, then please let me know. Either comment down below, send me an email, give me a call. I'll be happy to help answer anything I can. And like I said, we're here to make things easy, efficient, clean, and safe. And I think we've done a great job at that. And I hope that when you hear about what we do and how we do it, then you'll also agree. So until next time, enjoy your day, be safe, and see you soon.